Hello and happy Thursday. It is Thursday, October 6th, and here are your announcements. First off, this message is brought to you by Beats by Stock. Check out the latest, greatest headphone sensation ever seen around the world. These headphones, they come apart, they are reorganized, they are restructured. You can do anything with these amazing products. Beats by Stock. Check them out. Now, for some real announcements. First off, I haven't been going through with a promise I made to you at the beginning of the year. I told you that I would do a good job of explaining to you why we do the things we do in this class. And I don't know if I've done that, so I just want to go over two things with you. One, the reason why I've been going over these stop and dare strategies with you is because sometimes writing an essay or writing any persuasive argument is hard. I get that. I want you to have some structure so if you get stuck and you're like, oh my gosh, Mr. Stock, I've got to argue a point and I don't know where to start, you've got that stop strategy to brainstorm with. And you've got that dare strategy to write an outline with. It's not because I want to make your life difficult. I want you to have tools so that when you have to do those things, it'll be easier for you. Okay? And the only way you can do that is if you're sitting in social studies class and you don't have my stop and dare posters on the board, you've got to have it up here so you can remember it so you can go through the steps. That's the only reason why we keep going over and over and over it. The second one I wanted to go over is Peak. I love this book. It's a very interesting book. In the past, students have all said they really like this book. The reason why we're studying this in this class is because I want to do two things. One, I want you to show how a good reader reads through a text. That's why I read the text aloud to you. We'll read the first half together, and you'll finish the second half on your own. Okay? So some of you are getting frustrated. Like, Mr. Stock, I just want to read ahead. It's taking too long. I understand. But I want you to hear how I read a text, because chances are it may be different than how you read a text. And so I want you to get that feel of, well, this is how one reader reads this text. Okay? I also like the experience of reading a text together. It's fun when you're all reading the same thing and you can talk about the same thing. We're going to do some fun activities that I promise you're going to enjoy. There's one activity we're going to do in a couple of weeks that every student said was their absolute favorite all year. So I promise there's a purpose for this. The other thing we're doing is I'm giving you some tools in your toolbox that we're going to use all year on what good readers do. So that, again, when you get out into the real world, when you get out up to high school or college or whatever your career is going to be, I want you to be able to look at a text and go, you know what? I'm having a hard time understanding this. Maybe if I think of a picture in my mind, I can figure it out. Or maybe if I write down some questions, that's going to help me figure it out. Okay? So I promise, I know this announcement is going really long, but I just wanted to go over all that with you, that there is a purpose, and those are the purpose for the two things that we're doing. Okay? I will continue to try to do a better job this year. I apologize, but I'll try to do a better job of explaining why we do what it is we do. The last thing I want to tell you is I love being your teacher. Every single day, I know sometimes you're like, Mr. Stock, oh my gosh, this is awful. That's okay. We all have those days. And I know sometimes I'm not the most patient person, and I'm working on that. But just know that every day I come here because I like working with you guys. I worked with high schoolers for a little bit. When they were ninth graders here, I student taught in a high school, and they're just not as fun. I've worked with 7th graders and 8th graders and 9th graders and 11th graders and 12th graders, and you guys are the most fun to work with. Okay? So I love being here. You guys are the reason why I get up and come to work. Okay? You keep me energized. You are so much fun to work with. I just wanted to share that with you. I know these announcements are really long. Today we're going to be doing kind of a flipped video of the chapter we're reading, so you can read that after you're done with this. But just know, you guys are awesome. Until next time, book it forward, and as always, be awesome. Woo! Bye, guys.